There's a house sitting quietly on a residential street in Atchison, Kansas. White, 2 stories. Nothing remarkable about its structure. But behind those walls, something has waited for over a century, and it doesn't want to be forgotten. It began around 1905. A young girl, 6 years old, was brought into the home, doubled over in pain. Her name was Sallie. Her mother, desperate, begged the town doctor, Charles Finney, to save her. The diagnosis? Appendicitis. Time was critical. He laid the girl down on the table and began cutting. Too soon. Sallie wasn't fully sedated. Her screams filled the house. Her small body thrashed in agony as the scalpel tore into her flesh. And then, silence. Her heart stopped. She was gone. They said the girl never left. For decades, the home changed hands. Families came and went. The house creaked, the air turned cold in the nursery, and sometimes, pets refused to enter the front door. But no one stayed long enough to ask why. Then came 1992. Tony and Deborah Pickman, a young couple expecting their first child, moved in. At first, the home felt perfect, quaint, peaceful. But peace turned quickly into paranoia. It started with the dog. Every night it sat in front of the nursery, growling at nothing. Lights flickered. Clocks stopped. Cold spots moved from room to room like something breathing just out of sight. And then, toys. Baby dolls. They began moving, not across the room. No, something more deliberate. The toys would arrange themselves in circles, neatly, like ritual offerings. One morning, Deborah walked in and found the stuffed animals lined up on the nursery floor, all facing the same direction, toward her. Then Tony began waking with scratches across his chest, deep, angry. 3 perfect claw marks again and again. He accused Deborah of doing it in her sleep. She wept, swore she hadn't touched him. But the scratches grew worse, darker. Bruises began to appear. Candles lit themselves. A framed photo flew across the living room and shattered. And still, the nursery door stayed open, no matter how many times they closed it. Tony changed. He grew angry, sleep-deprived, distant. He began seeing her. A small girl in a hospital gown with dead, glassy eyes. She would stand at the foot of the bed, watching him. And then one night she moved. Fast, too fast. She was beside him, whispering something in his ear. He couldn't move, couldn't scream. The room was freezing. And then, the fire alarm. The baby's room was filled with smoke. A candle had fallen. The wall was scorched black. But there was no candle in the room. Tony was nearly pushed over the upstairs railing days later. He said something shoved him hard. That's when they brought in investigators, paranormal teams, mediums. They set up cameras, audio devices, and thermal sensors. What they recorded chilled even the skeptics. Whispers, loud, angry footsteps in empty rooms, EMF spikes near the basement stairs, and voices caught on tape, pleading, growling, screaming. Get out! Hurt him! Burn! One psychic collapsed in the nursery. Another claimed the spirit wasn't a child at all, but something far older, far darker, something wearing the face of a little girl. They left the house soon after, but the damage was done. Tony never fully recovered. Others who've stayed overnight have reported the same. Attacks, hallucinations, even possession. One man was hospitalized after suffering seizures on the stairs. Another claimed he lost time, 3 hours of it, and woke up outside with blood under his fingernails. The house is still there, quiet, waiting. You can visit. Stay overnight if you dare. However, they require you to sign a waiver first, because Sallie doesn't like visitors, especially men. And she never, ever forgets a face.